What's up, everybody? It's your boy ShowtimeDr. Yep, Peace is here. Not fucking boss time. Let's do it. This is gonna be your Abyss guide for floor 50. And before we begin, let me just say I got pretty lucky, so I'll show you guys what's going on. Let me pause it here. So, chat's in the way, but that guy in the back in the first pack there, he has to be the focus of your DPS. You're going to need to hit him hard, and you're going to have to kill him. I believe it's within 4 turns. We'll go ahead and watch here. Because, as we all know by now, at least most people that have played for a long time, those mushrooms in the front, they're going to eventually explode, and they got so much health that most people that get to this floor, they're not going to be able to take out even one, and in many cases, they might actually have some trouble with, not even taking them out at all. So the thing that the guy in the back is going to do after, either at 4 turns or after 4 turns, which is going to suck, is he's going to basically reduce your entire party's health to 1. Now, if you got a tank with an Aris, either get the Aris off them, or you need to just run someone else, because Aris will get that person insta-killed because they will go to 1 hit point. Then they will take a percentage of everyone else's damage, which is way more than 1 hit point, and they will just, like, die. So, now what you're trying to do is, you gotta get through this phase. These mushrooms hit fairly hard. And this guy, he's hitting 2 people at once. And then also, I believe, when the mushrooms explode, right around the 4th turn, they decrease your turn cooldown, or increase it rather, by, I want to say it's 2 turns. So that'll screw you up sometimes. So you guys see how Ravi here is pretty low. My Ravi, she's not hitting super hard, but I'm using her as my tank, because every time she gets hit, she gets combat readiness. I guess I should go over who has what here on my team. So let me do that. So we'll start with Ravi. Ravi's got, whatever the hell the 3-star relic is that gives you crit, 5% crit every time you crit. I wish I had a Sigurd Scythe, I don't, so. And she's rocking attack and vitality because I have her as my tank right now. So she has on some of the Season 1 gear. Now Haste at the bottom, he's a little bit squishier, but he's starting to get built up to 60. Haste actually has Daydream Joker because he has so much AoE, so I want him doing that extra percent HP damage, which is, I think it's up to 2.1 right now. He is also built attack crit, I believe, and has a pretty hefty amount of effectiveness, especially on his ring. Now, Vildred in the back, he's speed, because he scales off of speed, and he's also crit. I believe his crit is about 92%. Haste crit is like 80 or 70%, something like that. And then, Akadi's up top. She is built with speed health. I just recently switched her to that. And her ring has 50% health as the main stat, so she's rocking the health pretty good. Let me get started again. And she also has, oh, I forgot to say, Vildred's relic is, what's that one? Random Memorandum, I believe it's a 3-star, but basically it stacks speed 10 times every time you hit something. I wish I had a Dust Devil for him, but I don't. And then, I forget the name of the artifact that Akades has, but it's the one that where it removes a debuff. I believe it's at about 65%. So you see, Akades' heroes are actually pretty fat considering she's still level 50. So you see how we're burning that guy at the end, like I'm telling you. I got pretty lucky with getting a dot proc there from Haste, even though it's not going to tick for a whole lot, but every little bit helps. So watch the setup here, because we're getting lucky with some follow-ups. And like I said, guys, you're going to have to get lucky on this first phase, because that's just the way it goes. So next turn, we're going to start seeing mushrooms exploding. We're also going to start seeing, well, that guy's gonna die, the guy with 65. So I put my invulnerability on Ravi, hoping that most of the mushrooms would target Ravi. And I'm gonna go ahead and finish this cat off right here. Now every time anyone dies, my Vildred gets, I think it's like 15% combat readiness. And then he procs his AoE. So you see there, the one explosion went off on Ravi with invincibility, so got pretty lucky there. So right now I'm just like, oh my god, I hope they freaking at least one more ult her, because everyone's at high enough health that the mushroom normal kamikaze isn't gonna kill them. So right here, it sucked because I didn't think Ravi was gonna go that fast, so she just lost invincibility. She took about half her health right there. Ravi, mitigation-wise, she has a lot of health, but her defense isn't that good because I gave all of her attack gear to haste. And you see we got, the last explosion there went off on Vildred, so I got pretty lucky because Vildred, to my chagrin and, you know, dismay at first, but then it's actually worked out. He actually got a lot of defense substat things, which... it sucked at first, but now that I see it's keeping him alive, it's actually pretty good. So let me tell you what's going on with this second pack real quick. So, the girl at the back, Rahel of the Dark, she's your boss. Every time you hit her, she's gonna gain a speed buff. So if you're gonna hit her, you gotta hit her. You know, don't just at least put some debuffs on her and set her up. Now that guy in the front right there, he needs to be your primary target at the beginning, because after 2 or 3, I believe it's 3 turns, he starts putting up debuff immunity. I believe it's about every 2 or 3 turns afterwards. He takes his turn, he procs an extra turn, and then he puts debuff immunity up for the team. Now, what she just did there, she summoned a bunch of minions there. Ignore those minions for the most part. You can focus them a little bit, but she just keeps resummoning them. But the problem with them is they have defense down. So it is good if you got like a multi-hitter, like say Bellona or... you know, Sez or Vildred or any of those guys to, okay, you know, maybe you can get one down. So you see I'm blowing all my AoE because I think Akades, most of her cooldowns were down. So I wanted Akades and heal to come back ASAP. Now, the other issue is, and we see we got the triple stun there, so that was really nice on Ravi's part. The other issue is Haste, for those who don't know, on his 2, he has a debuff he can put up where it will put lifesteal on whoever he's hitting, and it will also proc back a little life depending on how much damage he's doing. So I don't know if I used it here. You can also burn it to do slightly more damage. But let's see what's going on, because I think right here I was like, damn, should I just kill that guy even though he's stunned, or should I just put the debuff on the boss, because putting the debuff on the boss means that we're going to be able to life up more, because you see our life is fairly low. And when you have Ravi and Haste lifesteal debuff, dude, it's so good. So my recommendations for you guys, try to have at least 2 sources of healing, whether it's going to be your main healer and say like Armin or something similar to that. Try to have at least 2 sources of healing, and in my case I actually have 3 because Ravi heals herself and sustains herself. So, I'm waiting to see what the hell's going to happen here. Let me turn up the speed a bit. I'm just like sitting here blabbing because this was on the stream when I did this. The video might be lagging. Alright, so I decided to do a regular attack with haste because I didn't want to waste the lifesteal since everyone was stunned, save the boss. So now what's going on is... you see there says follow-up attacks. I was saving those guys, or says, I keep saying says, Vildred's follow-up attacks. I keep saving those guys specifically for him. Because she's just going to keep resummoning more, and I'm just going to keep clearing them out, because we have a good amount of AoE on this team between our 3 DPSs. And our tank slash DPS, rather, and 2 DPSs. So you see there... yes. Lagging a little bit. That happens on Twitch videos. So I should go over what the boss does. So what the boss is going to do to you, she has a fair amount of single target. Her AoE, I'm trying to remember what debuffs it puts up. Well, her ulti is she summons those 2 skeleton minions. Once you kill the front minion, you never have to deal with him again. Every time you hit her, she's stacking invincibility. That's one thing. She's buffing her own attack. And then she has other various things, but that's the majority of what's going on with her. So, you see right now she has the lifesteal debuff on her. That's the Fang thing. That's underneath her health bar. So that's kind of keeping us up right now. There's the minion. So once I have that up with haste, You know, I gotta decide, okay, I'm gonna wreck face with whatever I can here. Here comes the haste AoE. And that's it for the minions, plus we got more debuffs on the boss. Now the boss doesn't heal herself or anything like that, so you don't have to worry about that. Although I do have to mention one more thing. The transition phase from phase 1 to phase 2, she's usually going to start like right off with her AoE. It's like the soft AoE, but it's still pretty good AoE. So if you got like people that are really low after the mushroom attacks, things can go rather bad really quickly. So just a fair warning to y'all there. Trying to close things so the video runs a little smoother. It was an excellent follow-up by Haste. And so pretty much once you get to this phase, it's just burner. That's pretty much it. Whenever the ads come up, if you got enough AoE damage, just put them down. People like Bologna, Yuna, obviously the units I got in here. Whoever you got with AoE says, I'm sure would be fine. Just go ahead and keep smacking her, because once she's alone, as long as you're not in the transition phase, she's not really that tough. You just gotta get to her at a semi-healthy stage of at least half your health on most people. And there's no time limit or anything, so it's just the way it is. But like I said, I got pretty lucky because in the transition phase, the first guy blew himself up when Ravi was invincible. And then the second guy hit her again when she wasn't invincible, took her to half, and the third guy hit Vildred in the back, took him to about half, I believe, so... And that's pretty much it, guys. It's just all tank and spank from now. It's got about a minute to go, so I'll let it go. Here's the AoE. Here come the ads, but once again... You know, by that point I had saved up enough souls, I just bust out Razzie. I just call him Sparky. Like I said, that fat extra 50% life I got on my healer, because her HP scales her heals, just like most healers. Here's Rabby, I had her ult saved up. And that's that, guys, so... Most of you are going to have trouble with the transitions, so you're just going to have to figure out a way. If you don't have invincibility, someone like Crimson Armin would be really good. If you don't have invincibility, then what you are going to need to do is get a lot of mitigation. That means defense buff, taunt, barriers, etc. Maybe you have a DN or something similar. If you can gimp their attack, if you can stun certain ones so that it's segmented and you can get a heal off in between. These are the strategies that are going to help you. If anyone wants to share their strategy on what they did, because everyone's combo they run is different, so... But this is how I did it, guys, so hopefully this helps you out. And I guess I'll do my promo. Yo, I'm ShowtimeDr, ShowtimeDr. You found my YouTube, hit like and subscribe if you enjoyed the content. Also, let's see what else. Check the title notes. There's a link to my Twitch. I streamed Epic 7 yesterday, and then, there's also a link to the Discord. We're having some funny commentary in there on Epic 7 and some of the other games we play, so... And that's it for me, guys, so good luck. This one's a cock block for a really long time. This one took me, like... God, I don't even remember. Probably the better part of a month to finally, like, save up. I had to upgrade my character's health and get their stats more in order, so... Anyways, that's enough of me, so I'll catch you guys later on. Peace out. Hatsune Miku!